she's had to pop.
Okay, what I was just going to suggest, David, if it's okay, is that while Sarah and Mike are here, we do the next item, which is a joint one of theirs, and then come back to yours. Is that okay?
Okay, fine.
Great. Okay, in that case, the item 13, is it? Yes. Item 13, which is a joint report by Riccarton, Wigram and Hagley Ferrymead, and both of you are suggesting that the staff recommendations be adopted.
That's correct.
Right.
I totally agree as well.
Yeah. It's really important that we make this city really cycle friendly, and this will go a long way to helping with that connection.
And consider disabled ability as well to use crossing safely.
Just to highlight, we need to be really clear about the resolutions. So the community board had a lot of discussion. It was quite like that submission we heard earlier from Hands Off Hagley, but parking is a major issue. And given that we're turning a huge eyesore into a nice green space, there was real concern that cars will just simply park on it and ruin it. So the board was really keen to see, and I personally am very supportive of, us looking at doing some sort of floral planting and some sort of art sculpture in that grassed area, so that we actually act as a deterrent for people to go and just park their vehicles on it when they go to Hagley Park, which seems like it would cost us a lot of money. And rather than spend that money on reactive maintenance, why don't we be proactive, put some colour back into the central city, and actually come up with a solution that is a positive rather than a negative.
I think that's fine, Yanni, except that we want to look a bit broader than just a floral thing and sculpture, I think, in terms of it's a great location for something interesting.
Yeah, like we're really open. The idea was that if you just put grass there, you actually just waste money. Yeah. So if you want a slightly wider resolution, but it just needs to happen. So.
Well, it is a great location, that site, and something that's a wee bit more interesting than a bit of flowers. I mean, I know they're really lovely, but they're not very active recreation. And I think the potential for that site is stunning.
Yes.
So I'd just like us to be a wee bit broader. So investigate perhaps the use of this area of this green area for, I don't know.
Skate park or whatever. I mean,
Actually, it's not silly. We've got it.
But I mean, the reason that the flower was kind of like,
increase the
it does have a cost. So, mindful of council's financial situation, I think the idea with flowers is that it was seen as a kind of low cost, effective solution. But happy if we can just get something happening at the same time.
Well, why don't
looked at, so. Yeah, feature. It might be a water feature. That's fine. And then just finally, just to say that this has been a real eyesore, and it does raise a question around the contractors and what their responsibility is to leave sites and actually with the same level of amenity before. And it also does raise concerns over whether actually this should be part of the earthquake repair and whether that budget should actually be fixing some of this.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to make those points because clearly if we can learn from this, it is we can't have sites left like this for the number of years that this has, and we do have to have, I think, some quite strict requirements on contractors who make money out of our contracts, putting back things to a certain standard rather than leaving us the huge repair bill.
Ask the mic. Regarding to the community board recommendation regarding to the Dean's Ave, the new cycle and pedestrian facility, try to add on the handrail for more safety consideration. But you request the environment committee to engage with the skirt. Why?
Just to see if that can be done as part of. I didn't realise that we did actually, Jimmy. Oh, yeah. Well, that's to do, there's quite a lot of repair to be done in that area, from the sewer system that was being put in there through the roundabout, and it kept on sinking all the time. So there's quite a lot of issues around that area that were damaged as the earthquake. And what we were signalling is, can some of that reinstatement be part of the skirt project? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it is now.
Just on that, look, we do have to be careful how we spell Mr. Philip Hawthornthwaite's name. I'm sure it's got an S in it, and he's so passionate about what he does, and so if we can just be careful of that. I just said I'm really supportive of Yanni's idea too. I wondered if people like Keep Christchurch Beautiful or some other organisations might want to get involved in something. But anyway, I'm just wondering, when the cycle lane crosses Dean's Ave, does it have to then cross the railway line on the western side?
Yes.
Is there any controls there, or?
Not at this stage.
And that just accesses the other side of the cycleway that then goes straight up north, doesn't it?
No,
Up to
because there's a
Papanui?
missing link between Blenheim Road and Riccarton Road.
Well, that's not
But I
very
think
long.
that's in there's the money in the budget for that.
I think that we should bring that to the Environment Committee and because that must be only about a few hundred metres.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's actually used de facto now. Some of the residents in Brockworth Place actually go out there and mow the path and maintain the path, the informal path through
Right.
there.
So is it a concern for cyclists crossing that railway line without signals? I mean,
There is.
I'm not
There is.
there, but
There is a chicane. There is a chicane type
oh, okay.
thing there, so you're not just going to go black and straight across.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Carried. I'm aware, guys, that I've taken you over your coffee break, and I'm really sorry, about half an hour. I was going to suggest that we do finance next for Continental Caterer, but I'm also aware that your coffee, for anybody, will be nice and cold by now. So how about 10-minute break and come back then, and then we'll do the finance committee stuff.